Me. Ahava Yehudim. Ahava Yisrael. Yeah. Yerushalayim. Olam. I wonder how you say that in regards of. Oh well. Let's see if it works. Well, of course, we're recording, so we will have some issues. It would be a little slower than it would usually do, but while it's recording, 34 Celsius is not that bad. Degrees, I guess. Me. I need to still, I think, move this a little, but. Me. Go. I should have moved that thing up here a little to the left, but well, whatever. That's good. Okay, but now maybe. Yeah, okay. Let's just take that. Apparently, the car, you can't apparently, these stats on the cars and all that. Apparently, that's not totally a good thing to apparently trust, I guess, because that other car that I had fully upgraded was clearly more terrible than some of the others, clearly. So you seem to get at least a little better chance, or if you have one of these other cars. So let's see how it goes. And we have the blue and the white colors, of course, although the number is kind of smells a little of Freemasonry. 33 degrees, although there's actually 39 degrees in Freemasonry to level 38. Not sure how many 37, but set to have 138 in the side of Europe. I would think he was probably in England, in the city of London. That's just my guess. And the other one would probably be in Washington, D.C., in the U.S. So that's just my guess. So then you have 37 and all that. Anyway, that's information comes from a former Roman Catholic bishop who was both a Knight of Malta, a Knight of Columbus, and a Freemason. So we had this bling bling and all that, this very special bling bling. He's dead now, but he was a French bishop, I think. Yeah, French bishop. And I haven't been able to translate his French, what do you call it, lecture into English, sadly. Of course, he did do some English stuff as well, but then of course we have Alberto Rivera, who was an ex-Jesuit. Oh, he's a wonderful. That was a wonderful guy. He really, huh, he really exposed the satanic system on so many levels as well. Oh, Alberto Rivera. Hmm. He was a Spaniard. So if you, he also talked a lot of truth. Um, to his best of ability, and whoever wanted to listen and all that. So I think probably the greatest man of the 20th century, at least who. We go, oh, what is that was bad. As I apparently lost the control thing. Now I don't know what happened there. Of course, this is kind of a Nintendo Switch and all that. So, and it's on low resolution and all that. But it is working, as you can see, and we don't have that much stuttering. Although again it's 0.5x and all that, so it's not something that kind of it's like not it's not high resolution or anything like that for sure. Let's try again, and it is kind of hard. It's not an easy game on. People complained about this game being too easy, or some of the older versions being too easy. Apparently, the programmers seem to have gone totally full blown the other direction. It's like, hey, you complain about it being too easy. Let's just make it totally go in the other direction. But yeah, of course, in regards to the Nintendo Switch version here, the controls are a little less, this good, and it lags a little more, and you have stuttering and all that, and whatnot. But you can see it's possible to actually, although again, I found out that the car that I had that I upgraded totally, like it wasn't any problem when it was easy peasy mode on the standard Android version, which I have no idea why they wouldn't have updated the Android version to X version, but apparently they didn't feel like that would be a thing, apparently, which I don't understand because I would think that this game probably came out on Android first and became popular on that platform. So, but I'm not entirely solid on that. But anyway, there we go. As you can see, it actually runs okay, and I fixed pretty much all the buttons away. Now you have the X up here, and you have another one up here, and then you have the weapon button here, and then you have the boost button there, and of course this thing. The problem with this is that if you actually push specific places, it will actually move around, which hopefully they will make an option so that doesn't happen, because it's kind of annoying. It's just nice to know where you actually have your finger. And maybe also a wheel would be nice instead of this thing little here, and you just need a wheel like in the standard version of Android. But that could be a future version thing as well. We can also get some sound, so you can hear the sound also working. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Elohim, Yehovah Echad. Nice listening to. Took me a little back to Israel, listening to Nehemiah and the Danish woman who is living in Israel. Jane, I think she was called. Jerusalem Jane. You can look her up on YouTube. Now, and you seem to have some issues in regards to that. Might not be might just be a thing of. Sometimes you have some graphic issues and all that, but for the most part, it works pretty good. And of course, I'm running on a Mali. I should have. You need to have a third place or better to actually. Did we play a normal or something? I'm not entirely sure. But it absolutely helped to get away from that other car. I'm not sure we actually, we can't see one of these cars. Apparently, the racing car also seems to be usually doing very good. Seems to be in the lead. Oh, wait, this is annoying in regards to this. I guess I lost control here. But the racing car seems to be one of those cars that the AI or the computer, I guess I'm not sure why I'm calling it AI, because anyway, the computer tend to do very, pretty good with that racing thing. That's on many laps that seems to be the one that is in the lead. Um, oh my, let's try again. So yeah, so the difficulty is absolutely harder on this than the standard Android version. But and I was a little like at some point I was a little like this is too wobbly and all that, and the steering is too hard and all that in regards to this. But it's okay. It could be absolutely better, but it's playable, and if I guess it just makes it a little harder. Although I think it's hard enough with the new AI thing. It's like easy is kind of like that doesn't feel like easy to me. When you get a little further into the game, it it doesn't feel like easy. But anyway, but easy in the old game or the normal, sorry, in the old game, Android version just seems easy peasy. So but they clearly, I can see in Steam that you had some that complained about the old version, the old PC version being too easy, way too easy, and I guess they pretty much went overboard with. Okay, we are actually on easy. We are actually on easy, and I couldn't even fix that 5 laps. So as you can see, the easy mode is pretty. It does make some competition for sure. This and I don't feel it seems like easy. But that's what they call it. So I think they went overboard in the other direction. It seems like easy, normal, and hard seems to be a little too close together. And they should have made it a little easier on easy mode. Because as you can see, easy mode, this is easy mode, and I'm still struggling in regards of keeping up. And again, if you just make a mistake and all that, you can lose the whole thing. And that's of course that shouldn't be like that on easy mode. You would kind of want to have a little slack or whatever, a little room for making some mistakes on easy mode, right? uh, and it would also help when you have when the steering is not the best in regards of um, going through this. Anyway, we took the first place. We just, well, as you can see, it's yeah, it's not easy, but it gave me absolutely some competition to the very end, and we took the first place at the very end. But yeah, I think I did pretty good on that. But yet, it I really, I really needed to still be on, to get to that. Yeah. Anyway, not easy. I wouldn't call that easy. That's for sure. And here we have two racing things, and of course, there can also be difference, of course, in regards to how much they have given them in regards of stats, I guess. But usually these racing are in the front. They on many of the levels, at least these. Racing cars seems to be doing very very good in regards, or the computer does very very good in regards to them. So but anyway, I have this one now, and that also seems to be doing at least a lot better than the other one that I had. And but you can't, like, these stat things that you upgrade and all that, you can't you would think that you could kind of but you can't. You can't really trust them. Because if you take that car that I had, it was pretty much, it seems like the best in stats, but that's not how it is, clearly. And it gave me a good boost in regards of just getting that other car. And I actually ended up selling the updates for, what do you call it? You can sell it for and lose 10% or something like that, and get the other 90%, and then you can use it for another car and all that. And I don't think I'm going to go back with the other car. At least not, in the old version where it was easy peasy. It didn't really. You just went for that car, and you just went. Yeah. And you really didn't. You didn't have any problem in regards of winning any of the games, pretty much. But it does seem like the other cars, some of the other cars, seems to be better. Anyway, here we go with the what do we call it? The Indy car, whatever it's called, racing car. And as you can see, the racing car does very very good. Very very good. And now I'm having some issues with the controls here. But yeah, it does very very good. Now, of course, we're not totally, you know, still, oh my, well, I'm making too many mistakes. Also seems when you actually hit something, it seems like it's more punishing than the. It also seems to be going faster than. Oh, we lost the control again. I'm not sure why that why it got. It seems like it got a hold on the outer thing. But anyway, we get a third place. That's okay and all that. But this is easy peasy mode, right? Didn't really seem easy peasy. Of course, we could try again. We can move this over here and see if it. Oh, let's see. But yeah, again, this easy mode. I don't feel the easy mode. You know, I don't feel the easy mode. Oh, we have some graphical issues. Sometimes it happens and all that. That's just how it is, and kind of makes it nearly impossible, I guess. So that's why we also have this button up here, and you can just I don't think restart. Maybe it actually will work. Let's try to see. Yeah, restart actually worked. So I have the button up here in regards of the menu, and we also have this. Although I don't usually use these. This game was made with the idea of a top down, and this is also what I like. Kind of like top down games since my youth. Small vehicles and all that, and some weapons and all that. It's always been a winner in my book in some sense. Um, and we have, of course, the X version, which has some weapons and all that. Although it's not that many, and I guess they could have made that even better. But it is what it is. It's a little game, and it's not too bad. Could have been better, but yeah. But of course, in regards of the Android version, disappointing that it's so easy. If you get a Nintendo Switch emulator and all that, you can of course get this one. But again, you want to set the resolution low, and of course I have the mobile rooted, and I've done some tuning of this mobile, some fine tuning. Which no, why didn't I get the first place? Are you kidding me? It looked to me like I want that I got the first place, but apparently not. 2 seconds more. Was there something in the front or something? There must have been someone in the front. So anyway, so yeah, easy peasy as you can see, right? Easy mode. Again, doesn't really look like, and I'm running with a vehicle that is fully updated. That other car that I had, I can't remember what it's called. That really was like you could really see a big difference in regards of my, in regards of improvement of following along with the rest. Some of the maps was just absolutely ridiculous with that other car, even if it was fully upgraded, and even if you look at the stats, you would think, oh yeah, yeah, it should be able to do very good, but that's apparently not the case. So this you just have to try, I guess, the vehicles to actually find out what is actually the best, or look at the computers and see what cars seems to be doing very good, and what does not do very good. And the car that I used very standardly in the other version, apparently is one of those that doesn't really do very good. Even if you look on the stats, it looks very very good. It's like, oh, it looks like it's the very very best. Also, seems like the upgrades have different expenses, so seems like some cars are more expensive to upgrade than others. It's kind of messy, but messy, messy, messy. Yeah, anyway, there we go. We got the first place on easy mode. Easy mode, you gotta be kidding me. Easy mode, easy mode. Yep, took 3 tries, right? and didn't feel like easy. Um, but yeah, it works. And as you can see, we haven't had that much slack. Actually, it's been running pretty good. Wow, that was interesting. But it can have a good amount of slack here and there. A specific map that is very problematic is the fruit map that has some that apparently has too much stuff going on or something like that that can make it you know all around on the screen. That's annoying, and we lost the control here. And as you can see, just losing the control, right? Just it's not good. Too many mistakes. And there you go. I lost the connection again with the controls. Although it wouldn't have given me much anyway. But yeah, it's just something you have to, I guess. And again, this thing with pushing the controller tends to have the control thing move away, and you don't want it to be at the bottom either, because then you can't really. That can be problematic. But as you can see, the Indy cars does very good. They are in the front, both of them. Um, and there we go again with the and that's probably not a graphic issue. That's probably just the game. Sometimes the game camera, they haven't really thought about it or tested it. I'm not sure. Well, I guess they have tested it, but apparently they just didn't want to fix it or something like that. Or maybe they have had issues with not being able to fix it. But clearly you can see there's some issues here. We're really trying to. This is very okay. We got a third place. I'll take the first place. Third place. But yeah, there seem to be some issues in regards of that thing. Do we have some other music we can play? Boom, 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 boom. Me had another one as well, didn't I? No, that was something in regards of Android. Um, boom, 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 boom. I thought I had another one open. Nope. Oh, maybe I should fix the link to the guys in the channel. Bar. Let's try that one. Haven't heard that one. Okay. Let's see if we can find the YouTube thing. Oh no. YouTube. That's also weird in regards to the dunk thing. That's also annoying. Boom, boom, boom. We have one notification. Jewish Homelander. Okay, got no. Anyway, Hebrew music. No, we have to. Okay. I think Nintendo actually should look at the Switch emulation as an opportunity to actually sell more games. Although not supporting it as such, but at least making it easy peasy to get the ROMs, not to play online or anything like that, but just to. I'm not sure what there's a Where's my? Well, I guess it's not showing up. Can we like? God speaks to Moses. Well, it's not the burning bush. That is like in the movie. They make out the burning bush to be speaking. That's very bad because it's not the burning bush speaking. Who is speaking in the burning bush? The angel. The angel who is God. Who is Jesus? Yeah. That is Jesus standing in the burning bush, speaking to Moses. It's like Mohammedans just can't understand. Oh, but this is before Jesus. Yeah, exactly, because Jesus is God. Like, give me a break, Like, how hard can it be to figure out that Jesus is God? Apparently, spiritual problem, I guess, for people. Bum, bum, bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba do do do. Bum dum bum bum bum. Sounds pretty good. Anyway, of course, the game can be a little unstable and all that, but overall, it's. Oh, here we have the garden. Oh, that's going to be terrible. Well, you want to see how it lags and all that. See, this is the bad thing. Do 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 do. I should actually look into how many songs they're making. They seem to be making some pretty good songs. Do 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 do. No, it actually runs okay at the moment. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we it actually doesn't seem to have that many. That's weird. What have I done to? Maybe that was some. Nah, there we go with a little slack. Okay, but it actually is not that bad. It could be a lot worse. Maybe it's because the mobile is not that hot. Maybe it's the heat that can't. Okay, but we do have a little, for sure, or we do have something, but it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. But yeah, if you have higher resolutions and all that, you will, it will tuk 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 tuk. And of course, if you take another view, it will be more visible as well. At that actually makes these, even if we do 60 frames per second, it just makes these jumps in regards of things. So there's clearly something else you know. And I remember also the PS1 games and all that. That would be like you could, there's both the CPU and the GPU, and you didn't want to use both. You didn't want to use any of them 100%. You wanted them to be under 100% because even if you then got higher frames, it could make issues. Anyway, there's also some options here and there and all that. But we can't really see any. Stats in regards to that, as it goes for now. It's not that sophisticated in some sense, or they're still at working on things. Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, this map seems to be the worst of them, pretty much in regards to lag, as at least as far as I can. But here we go with the racing car again. As you can see, the racing car is the one that really tends to. Now there are also some of these in-game. Oh, and this is also what happens sometimes, is that I end up making these circles, and that of course also can be devastating when the easy is not so easy. When easy is apparently more like hardcore mode. It's like at least it's not as easy as you would think easy would be. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, and you just need the third place at least to get further in regards of unlocking other things. Oh, come on, come on. The second place. I'll take the second place. That's okay. That's fine. On easy peasy mode. At least as long as you get one of those for not one of those three, you will have the possibility to unlock other things. Do they have like a playlist maybe? Let's see, Shiloh Ben Hood. Let's try that one. And yeah, so next we shall continue. But yeah, it runs okay. It doesn't actually run that bad. And who knows if there comes some graphical upgrades and with time and all that. So even if they don't want to sell the game on Android, at least this is an option to actually get the X version, where you actually get some competition. Whereas the Android version is just ridiculous easy. And apparently the old PC version, which as far as I understand, it doesn't work anymore because apparently they closed it down. And they only have the X version now. And apparently the PS4 has like this upgraded version, deluxe version, whatever. But anyway, and of course PS4 is way too heavy for and there's nothing in regards of emulation pretty much on that. So the Switch, of course, is the best way that we can, you know. So so if you want to play it with more difficulty instead of this standard Android version, that oh yeah, we upgraded the graphics and all that. Yeah, what about making? Oh, there we go again with a problem. I took the side of the mobile, and thereby I lost the controls, and thereby I got into some issues. Which of course again is a problematic thing when it's is as it is. Anyway, there we go again. Okay, we have like the Android version puts more and more laps on on these levels, but the difficulty doesn't go up. So the difficulty is easy peasy mode. That's the normal mode they have. They only have one mode in the Android version. It's just ridiculous, and there's so much potential because the controls are pretty much awesome. It's awesome controls. The the game is pretty much graphical, beautiful, and all that, and you have maps and all that, and yet they didn't want to further they could have just released the X version as a payable option for people who wanted to, I'm sure there would be people that would be willing to pay for it. Um, but yeah, but anyway, so this is another option that you can do it, although in regards to if the mobile can run it and all that, again, I kind of have a big mobile with a fan and all that, so although it's not, and the fan is not turned on, not at the moment. But and I've rooted the device and boosted the device as well. Of course, in the future they will have more power and thereby also be, and the graphics will probably be better supported in regards to the Mali and all that. Oh, it took first place! Wow. Huh. Do 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 do. Let's try the Tamak 8 laps. Oh, there was an easy peasy mode, right? Well, easy mode. Easy peasy is for the Android version, where normal is easy peasy. So, but yeah, just remember. It's a little harder to get money as well. Of course, when you kind of try to get, when the difficulty is much worse than it, or yeah, much harder, then you kind of don't go after so much of the cash things that lays around on the map as well, and the prices are not as big as in the Android version, so it's kind of and we have some slack. Yeah, I wonder if it's maybe the heating when the phone heats up that maybe we have some issues in regards to that, because actually, this seemed to actually run pretty good in the beginning. So maybe it's actually some heating thing, that might be the issue. Um, I would need to test that as well. See if, when it's totally cold, if it actually runs better, it might actually do. Now, although the mobile shouldn't down throttle much because of the hack the planet, but of course there's still a little in regards of of down throttling, and that might, I guess, be enough for it to maybe begin to do these things. Again, I will need to test it. Sadly, this tank phone, it has this fan application, so you can turn the fan on, but sadly you can't turn it up to maximum. Like maximum is 50%. I don't know why they did that, because if it actually needs to be at a specific low temperature to actually run smoothly, then of course you would like to have the fan to actually need to, be able to produce that result. And at the moment, I don't think that would actually be able to produce that. I think you need to, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. But it does seem to slack, also here. Although we are still doing pretty good, but it is slacking, and of course that doesn't make it easier for sure. Even if we're like running 60 frames, it is making these duke, and again, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not smooth. And again, if I change the angle of, I don't want to do that at the moment because I'm winning. It's like, well, at least I'm in the front at the moment, and of course Don't want to ruin that because it's actually going pretty good. If we can take the first place, we'll take the first place. But yeah, but yeah, absolutely is slaying. There we go with some cash. Oh, we have one level left. I have one nitro left as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, we did it. That was good. That was actually pretty good. We did pretty good at that one. See here, what do we have? Jerusalem, Israel, Shia. Like they must have like Shiloh Ben Hood. They must have some playlist songs. Oh, I hate these speakers in regards to when they make this boom thing. Doom. Praise. Yeah, let's try this one. Praise. Um, Terrible in regards. They're incredible. When many years ago, when you saw all these reviews in regards to those speakers, and none of these reviews mentioned the issues with the speakers. It's just disgusting. Like none of the reviews. They was just praising them. Without mentioning any of the issues that was actually with them. That's not okay. That's kind of sucks. So anyway, let's see what we have here. But yeah, I do wonder if it's in regards of maybe it actually runs more smooth when we have it really low on heat thing and all that. Overall, it doesn't usually have an issue when I'm playing games and all that, and heating the device up tends to go pretty good anyway. Although up to 52 degrees, that's the maximum I've hit. Although my glass on the front screens does seem to be affected and begin to detach, but I guess how it is, and I guess I will need to look into get it attached again somehow. But yeah, that was purposely me trying to see how much I could actually heat it up. Usually you would turn on the fan if you get to that point. So, but yeah, 52 degrees. That was the maximum, and I guess that's in regards to the battery, which apparently is the one that is tend to use in regards of the overall heat. So yeah, we are doing pretty good apparently. But yeah, as you can see, the graphics are not the most beautiful, but hey, it's okay. As long as it runs and all that. Do 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 Safari. Oh, yeah, I guess let's try it out. Shem Show. Bless the holy name. We have some graphical issues there, and another there. As long as it doesn't affect our driving, that's okay. Bum 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 bum. Oh, doing okay. Also, a weird thing is that if you take it on easy, normal, or hard, it doesn't really change. It doesn't affect how much money you actually get, which is weird. Usually you would have like if you're going to on normal or hard or whatever, you would get some percentages more or something like that. It wouldn't need to be much or something like that, but just that you feel like that you're actually getting a little more out of it, like 10% more on normal, 20% on hard or something like that. Something like that. Yeah, again, it does need to be much. It just at least make some kind of difference, so the person feels like okay, we're actually getting more out of it if we, because of course there's the chance that you actually will lose more and then not get the money out of it. So I think it would be nice just to have like a percentage thing, plus 10%, plus 20% or something, plus something of that nature, or plus five. It doesn't need to be much, but maybe 5% plus 5% or 5 plus 10% on hard. Just something. So normal standard 5% on. Sorry, easy nothing, and normal 5% and hard 10% or something. I don't know. Again, it doesn't need to be much. Just at least so the person at least feels like he's gaining something if he actually handles it on hard. Because it feels a little weird that okay, you get the same thing on easy that you get on hard, but it's a lot harder on hard. Well, a good amount, to get the first place. Harder than on easy. So kind of, you know. Anyway, I think it was the racing car that is again in the front. I've heard that before. Da da dum da 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 dum da da do 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 do. Maxamir, Maxamir. I guess it's not at the moment in regards to things, but I guess they did it at a festival or something like that. Maxamir. Oh, well, we're getting number three, so no, apparently we still have one final, you know. Yeah, maybe the heating, when it begins to heat up, that it might actually make more of these, you know. But it's not, it's not bad at the moment, It's again might be a little, but overall, it's actually not that bad. We're going pretty good. Oh, here we go. So we open up the next one. City. Let's take this one. Oh, we want to have some Oh, there's also some Sukkot music. That's interesting. Let's try that one. Okay. So we are at the. Okay. Let's bum, 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 bum. I guess there's no indie cars in this. That wasn't music. Or maybe music is coming. I guess these are people that are in Jerusalem celebrating Sukkot. Probably Christians as well. Oh, we have some music. Absolutely awesome. Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach. That's in regards of when they are celebrating. Mhm. But that's the car that I had before. And as you can see, it's at the very end. Sukkot, probably the time where Jesus actually was born, not in Merry Christmas Madness. Oh, actually, I would like to actually do that on a higher difficult level. Let's try hard and take this one on. See if we can do it. Like 3 weeks ago, so it's not that long ago, I guess. I guess it's a code. I should have been there. I should get to Israel. Get away from this country and get to Israel. So this is hard mode. As you can see, I guess the computers are a little more aggressive and I guess a little faster. So as you can see, you know, they're really going at it. So it's not so easy for sure on hard mode. This is nice, okay, that's fair enough, because it's hard, right? But I still don't understand why you wouldn't get any extra things for it, give me 10% bonus or 20% bonus or maybe even more. I don't know. More or less, I'm not sure, but at least give me something, so you kind of feel like you actually have that you actually get some yeah extra because you're probably going to actually lose a lot more, right? So it's 175 plus 50, and just get yeah. Anyway, retry. Yep. Amen. So commanded to celebrate and be happy and have more, lots of in regards of abundance and all that. you kind of store up money, resources for this festival. So you just, buy whatever your heart's desire and this and that. It is a festival that also kind of, reminds you of the 1,000 year reign on earth and all that. And again, that probably Yeshua or Jesus was born at that festival as well, and he was probably circumcised on the last great day. But anyway, um, oh my, fall place. Mm. Jerusalem. I know. Yep. Yep. Going to lose. Is there anyone on the live stream? I'm not sure. I see check. Oh, it's so slow, this computer. Master, there we go with the live stream. Nope. We don't have a single one. I knew. Okay. So yeah, that doesn't really go so good. Jehovah, hey, no, we don't want to mistranslate the Bible, right? It's Jehovah. It's not Adonai. Jehovah, Baruch Jehovah. I have some mahud. Leolam to everlasting, or for everlasting, to a for. Leolam. Have a prefix le and olam, everlasting, or eternity, or forever, pretty much. So yeah. Shema here, O Israel. O is actually kind of added, but sounds better in English when you have the O. Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad. Oh, we got a first place! Like, look at that on heart. Do 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 do. Oh, that'd be awesome to be there. Do do. Miss Israel. Miss those times many years ago. Do, and the lovely Jews. Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu. Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu. Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu. Yehovah Echad, Yehovah Echad. Adonai actually means my lords. Eloheinu means my gods. So whether they, it's plural. Me and my father are one, said Jesus. Now that's the card that I kind of used and that really didn't really go so good. But apparently I'm still being beaten. Always playing on hard as well, I guess. Forgot about that. We're playing on hard mode. Yeah. Shema Yisrael Yehovah Eloheinu. I hate mistranslation, just hate mistranslation. I would be the one when if I was there singing Yehovah very loud, I'm not going to mistranslate it. Israel, smile. Must have been awesome to be there. Yehovah Israel. They should really make it with the name Yehovah. Israel. Yeshua is the Hebrew name of Jesus. His rightfully name, his correct name, Yeshua. So that's what the Jewish believers know him by. Of course, you have those who kind of make Yeshua in regards of hating him, making an acronym out of his name, dropping the last letter, the iron. Actually interesting when you think about what the iron represents in regards of a letter. Then they drop it. Huh. When you look into what the name actually could mean in regards of the, each letter have kind of a meaning in itself. So Melech, that's king. Yeshua Melech. Yeshua Melech. Israel. Israel, Yehovah, Israel, oh Israel, Israel. Oh, that must have been awesome. Hallelujah. And Yah is a short form of Yehovah. It's like Yehu, Yo, and Ye is short forms of Yehovah, or Yahu in the back as a suffix. The prefix is like Ye, Yehu, and Yo, and then you have suffix like Yahu or Yah, short forms of Yehovah. So the name of Jehovah is in many names, many. Yeah, the mobile is getting a little hot here, 47 degrees. Bum, 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 bum. Jehovah, Jehovah, bum, 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 bum. Oh, give me a break. Oh, give me a break. Well, I guess we are losing that. Well, I guess it's also on hard. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, well, I guess someone took it. I'm not going to win this for sure. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Like we're already like the whole round. Bum 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 bum. Oh, oh, it's okay. I think there's three different money things. That must be awesome, you know. Bum, 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 bum. But let's try easy here. I'm gonna see if you can do it on an easy mode. Do, 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 do. Hey, ba, 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 dum, do. Da, da, ba, da, 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 da. Yep. Bum, 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 bum. I think Nintendo should think about just selling the ROMs on the sideline, and not be like supporting it, but you know at least well, I guess you can still buy the cartridges and all that, and fix them out and all that. But then I guess you need to do the hack the planet and all that, and of course they should make it pretty easy for people to just get the ROMs and try. Could be a market for them, but I guess they probably won't do it. But at least for those people who want to do it, and whatever it, yeah, entails, and they could, I guess they could also make like a no return policy, see if that like that they won't be, I don't know. Anyway, oh, I know that. I think. Let's see if I can remember. You are Adonai. Do how do how do oh yeah how do do olam rasto da 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 oh do how do oh do how do I can't remember They say Ladonai because they use the. That would be, let's see here, Lihovah. That would be Li Adonai, but they have like four, so that would be. Like Adonai, that's three. Okay, Yehovah. So Lihovah. Lihovah instead. Lihovah. Lihovah. 2, 4. Yehovah. Do, do. Celebrate. Yep. First commandment. I have rockets firing in Israel. By the way, that's that that land in regard. Oh, okay. Yep. That land, by the way, is only a part of Israel. It's not the whole of Israel. And of course, some of the nations that are actually occupiers of Israel are pretty much Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Syrian, Lebanon, and Turkey. Turkey might have a problem. I don't know totally in regards to where the lines will go, but Turkey might have a problem. Like when people look into the Bible and all that, they usually go from the river to the river, but they tend to forget the north and the south as well. It might be a little easier to find the border line of Israel in Saudi Arabia than it is in regards to Turkey. But anyway, so the West Bank, of course, is part of Israel. The Golan Heights is part of Israel. But overall, the whole of Israel today is kind of just part of Israel. Although it's the main area of Israel, you have Jerusalem, which of course is the capital of Israel. It's not the Philistines or the Arabs or the Mohammedans or whatnot. They're just bullshitters and followers of the devil, liars and deceivers. The clay, the camel, the unclean camel. Anyway, and then you of course have the iron in regards of the other side, Roman Catholicism. Continuing until Jesus returns, pretty much. Well, at least. Anyway. We're number 4, and this is actually easy, and I think I'm actually doing pretty good, and yet I don't think I'm making too many mistakes, and yet I'm totally behind apparently. That's been a pretty nice day with a good sun and all that. And he listening to some Hebrew music and the woman from that is in Israel and all that. Why not go back? Go back. I thought I could maybe help the Danish people see some, but no one are interested. It seems these days. And if you really want to find people of equal in regards of the same interest and all that, equal interest. I guess you need to go to Israel in regards to these festivals, and you will find other people that have the same, that do something and go to the place. Yeah, I guess we didn't win that. I guess, mm, well, apparently no one yet. Still have. Oh, apparently, got that one. Let's see here. Did we apparently get this one at some point? Maybe with the. Um, yeah, but the mobile, of course, is well. It's not of course, but it is getting hot. 48 degrees, and it's somewhat uncomfortable. Now, of course, we can turn on the fan. That should then help on the. Seems like my arm is sleeping. Apparently, it's a problem I began to have. Apparently, it's not good sign, of course. So we're number three at the moment. Oh my, come on. Mm. Come on. So we have one. Hmm. I guess one could find some of these places if one search on the internet in regards of Sukkot events and all that. Didn't really. Yeah. Mm. Sukkah. Sukkah. That's the thing that you make on Sukkot, but where you can feast and and stay at, and it's like a kind of a tent thing, place to be at Sukkot. Uh, Oh my. I miss it. Siran, Siran. That must have been awesome. So awesome. Yeah. Well, we're getting second. Ooh, let's take the hardest one, I guess. Or maybe if I want. Oh, we haven't done this one, I think. So let's do that. I don't recall at least. Do, 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 do. At least not on the because of stream. Okay, we just totally lost the. Did I have it on easy? I think I had it on easy. Yeah, that went really easy. Apparently, I didn't hit the right. Okay, let's see if we can get it on going here. Yeah, the computers are just eating me, in some sense. Oh, the ba ba da ba da ba. Ba 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 ba. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. That's incredible. Well, I guess we didn't get to a PC. I just totally in the. Oops, I was too quick on the. Let's try this. Iceland 10 laps. Can we do it? Bum, 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 bum. Oops. What is happening here? Are you kidding me? Like, okay, I've pretty much already lost that. Apparently, you couldn't. Anyway, see who's in the front, right? There's one of these racing car again. Racing car. But yeah, I think we pretty much lost that totally. Totally lost it. Just totally. And I guess this is easy peasy mode, right? Or easy mode. So easy. So easy so you can get the first place from the bottom. Yeah. Dum. Yeah, I think the programmers went the totally other direction. Oh, they say it's too easy. Yeah, let's just make it totally heavy. Like, so they don't complain. That's something called the middle road. I think you went from one extreme to another extreme. From extreme total newbie to the extreme of too hard. At least in regards of easy mode, easy mode should absolutely be easier. Doesn't make it any sense that it's so close to. Yeah. Anyway, that's my opinion. Anyway, like again, there's not that many mistakes you need to make to be. I always say you actually. Oh, we have the formula, and then you have the racer. So the formula, I guess one formula. What was the formula? Not sure. The racer formula, or is that the formula? Or is this the racer? That's a good question. Oh, come on. Let's see if we can get a. Come on. Then it makes this nonsense of circles of, and then I'm already lost. I'm already totally lost. Pretty much. That's pretty much. Oh, bad. Well, yeah, okay. Formula. Hmm. Formula. Let's check it out. I think formula is that. Let's see here. Cars. Yeah, formula. That's the one. Has a good amount of handling. Why do I actually not have? As far as I know, I didn't take that away from it. Seems like that's missing something, but maybe not. Maybe I did. Maybe I needed. Maybe I needed some resources to upgrade the other one. But yeah, I was. Let's see here. This is the one I had upgraded. This one, fully upgrade. Like, look at those stats, right? Could it be any better? Like, this looks like, oh, these are awesome stats, right? Apparently you can't kind of, totally, just because it has good, doesn't mean it's actually, I found out that it's kind of a weak car apparently. Of course, it didn't matter in the Android version because the what's that? Pushing the wrong things here. Because they were so weak anyway in regards of the level of like, look at this. It's like, oh yeah, it has up here, right? But it doesn't have top speed. It's not really handling. It's not, so you would think maybe, but apparently that was much better. Um, and I guess the last car thing here, this one, probably will be also very helpful actually to have. Um, I don't know in regards of this one, but yeah, again, it's really hard in regards of these stats when you can see that it's kind of doesn't totally hold up. Apparently, again, this car seems to be the one that the AI seems to be, you know, coming into the first place with a lot. Has a lot of in regards to this handling thing. Oh, I remember those colors in regards of Senna. I think it was called Senna, and he died. I remember like that was kind of the, if I saw any sport or anything like that, I saw some in regards of Senna. Then he died. But then I kind of really never saw much sport from there on. He died. And it was like, and I think that were like the colors that they had in regards to the Indy cars. remember like seeing somewhat a little in regards to with my father. And of course, it's the Roman circus and all that. But see here, see if I can find race car, sinner. I'm not sure how to spell it. Died in a crash. See Senna who died in a crash. No, Ayrton Senna's fatal crash 1994. That's a lot of years ago. I think I actually still remember the event in regards to front of the television. Although I can't remember all the details in regards to, I think my father was out cooking or something like that when it happened, but I'm actually not sure my earthly father. See, Ayrton Senna's fatal crash, Imola 1994. And what happened? Apparently, and he died in regards to that? Was that enough to kill him? You wouldn't think that it would be enough to kill him. Oh yeah, that doesn't look good. Oh, he is moving a little. But maybe that wasn't the one that killed him. Um, nope, nope. It must have been the. Someone says one of the darkest days in Formula One's history, just devastating. Yep. I see. My grandfather was there that day. He never went to see another F1 race again. Heh. Yeah, I guess I kind of didn't really was into that either. After that, and I think that wasn't it? Or maybe it was other color. No, maybe I'm getting the colors wrong. And apparently, when he crashed, he was in a car which blue and white and some golden. That's actually a little low in regards of Israeli colors. Maybe the red and white was Ferrari instead. Or maybe didn't he drive from? Maybe he drove for Ferrari or something like that a little. Then he changed. I can't remember. Can't remember how that went and all that. But you wouldn't think that he would die of that crash. That was I think sadly he did. That was just terrible. Yeah. I can't remember but I think again. I think my father was. Um, why is it making these noises? I don't know. Seems like oh well. Okay. Anyway, cars. So yeah, that was terrible. Why is it making these chick chick? Like, incredible. It's like speakers. Hmm. Yeah, it's terrible. I can understand why. That was, I guess, that was the only sport that I really saw, and I saw it with my father. And then Senna died, or however you say it. I can't even say, but I was like the favorite. I don't know. It's like it was kind of the one that one was engaged in. I still don't understand like the speaker is doing weird things, making noises, kind of ruining the. Oh, anyway, look, can we select some other car? Doesn't sound good. Oh, I guess it might be the recording actually. Let's try to. No? Oh my. Okay, that doesn't sound good. Okay, it sounded very terrible. Where is that getting from? Sounds like it sounds like the speakers are burning or something like that. I guess there might be some problems or something like that with the speakers. Wouldn't be a big problem in regards of it. pretty old. Oh, I guess, or maybe it's in regards of the energy level is going down in regards of the device that is actually fixing the. So maybe that's the thing that is the problem here. Maybe the quality of the energy is not as it. Well, I could actually just try to fix like this. No, let's see. Where was it? I could just take it out and put it over here and see if it changes. There we go. We also need some battery for. Let's see if that works. No, we still have. The speakers are still burning, it seems. I wonder if they. Sure doesn't sound good. Anyway, I haven't been using the speakers for a long time and all that, so. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on, but it doesn't sound good. Oh well, anyway, we need to charge the battery thing here. Maybe the speakers have, maybe something in regards to the speakers have, uh, you know, gone bad. Which again, they are pretty, what do you call it? Old, and so wouldn't be a problem if I guess they have served their purpose, and they're also running 230 volts and all that, which of course is not. It could also be some kind of cable that is a problem in regards to the. Where's the? Are you kidding me? So we have this one. That's the wrong one. Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. No, that's okay. We found it. Yeah. And there we go. And then we need this cable. There we go. Let's charge it up. Let's get it on with the charging. Oh. Okay, so it has gone down to 47. A little weird in regards to those speakers doing. Wouldn't have thought that the speakers would kind of break or something like that, but it didn't sound good in regards of the speakers. I'll just let them sit for now, and I'll try again at some point. And see if it's something in regards to the audio thing that hits something, or but it doesn't sound good. That's for sure. Sounds like that the speakers pretty much have died. Something in the speaker. I was providing energy from a 230 volt source that is kind of lesser quality. Maybe that could be the thing or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, didn't really sound good. They did play for an hour or two or something like that. Did play pretty good. Nothing seems to be burning from the speakers up there. So, but yeah, I guess the quality maybe of the 230 volts, or maybe just because I haven't used them for a long period of time or something like that. Guess might also be a problem with just standing there and not doing nothing in a bag for some time and all that. Things tend to break sometimes. But yeah, the problem is they also only doing 230 volt. I was actually looking into if it's possible to fix it down to lesser volts or something like that. Sometimes some things just actually it uses 230 volts and then they fix it down to lower voltage, and then you can just give it you can just hack the planet and give it give it the voltage that it needs. Let's try some X thing in regards to weapons and all that. We haven't really done much of that, and now that I have a new car, we're already down 46 degrees apparently. That goes pretty quickly when you don't. Let's try this one and see how we can do this now. If it goes a lot better now with the new car, because I know that when I had the other car, I was nearly impossible. And so hopefully this car will help get us. Yeah, that was weird in regards to those speakers. Like, oh, that doesn't sound good. Like burning speakers. So yeah, well, it is what it is. If they're undone, I was yeah, it is what it is. And again, they are also running 230 volts, which is not the thing that I want. I want something that can run on low voltage. Sadly, I did have systems in the past, although they also had some issues. I guess I could have maybe found something that could have still run these small speakers I had from Creative. I don't think the speakers that there was anything wrong with the speakers as of such. Although I'm not sure how long speakers can actually last. I guess they would have a maximum of lifetime. I guess. I don't know. And of course, they usually make things so they break at some point, so you need to buy something new. But I remember I had this very nice set of Sound Blaster speakers, and it wasn't the speakers that was the problem. There was the thing that actually gave it the send the signal out there. It's like a pretty amazing set. Like you have a subwoofer and you had five small speakers with a center speaker. The center speaker was bigger than the other ones. It was like these square. I really like the square. Um, the square speakers. There was like cube speakers. It's like cube size. Cube speakers. That was pretty cool. Cubes. They seem to be made very sturdy and all that. As well. So yeah. But there were some problems in regards to that. But that should have been able to run on lower voltage. There must be something out there that also runs on lower voltage that can do some pretty nice sound quality. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, it seems like my speakers might have gone haywire. We'll see. And if that's the so, then okay, that's fine. Again. Do. I was thinking of selling them. I didn't want to actually put them up here, but I guess all those many years where they weren't used kind of didn't do it good. It seems like the unuse of the speakers tended to actually make it, you know. Um, so yeah, I guess it's a thing maybe sometimes when you don't use things that they just stand there and then things happens apparently. Okay, we also got that one, and apparently without much of an issue, without much lag either. That's pretty nice. They're pretty good in regards to not too much of this, doing all around. So yeah, pretty good. So yeah, we're doing pretty good, and I guess you're pretty satisfied overall in regards of yeah, it's doing good. We're clearly and here you can see like we had the X version where you have these weapons. I also played Mini Motors 2 and all that, although that closed down. There was internet play and all that. Although I deleted the game before they actually closed down. Um, it's like they had these, the cars could actually run the map itself. I was it just didn't make any sense. Why would you make a car game and then make the cars able to do the map themselves, without actually touching. So some of the maps you could actually just, if you have upgraded the car to a specific point, you could actually, I think, win a race with just letting it run without you doing anything. I just don't get why you would make a game like that um, where you don't need to be active, at the very least. Um, of course, not all the time, but just some of the places. Okay, we're number three at the moment, apparently. Um, Come on. Yay, number two. Anyway, so this X mode has weapons. And we got it, so I guess we might get some more maps, maybe. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. No, apparently there's still some that we haven't. Maybe have. So what's the problem? Oh, there we go. Expert championship. I guess I expected something, getting something or being told something. So beginner, standard, and expert. There we go. But I guess there's a lot of the same levels here and there for sure. I don't know. Let's take downtown. I don't think we have had that either. Anyway, let's have some music still again. Although seemingly my speakers didn't do so good. Well, at least there will be less to think about if those speakers are dead. Ah, not a biggie. One thing less to toy around with. I wonder if it couldn't handle the electricity from the, if it didn't like that or something like that. Because the quality of the electricity is not so. But anyway, I'll check it out at some point. The sun is soon going down. Try hard difficulty. Number three. Oops. Let's see here. And then we have this. But I'm gonna see if we can get it away. Nope. Oh, we have weapons. Oh, it made this nonsense loop. Okay, that doesn't make it easier, you know. Like what? Just great. That's stupid. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I'll have some graphical issues. Oh, give me a break. Since made the nonsense of. No, I guess I'm lost. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Well, should have won that. It's just if it hadn't made this nonsense rounding thing, you know, circle thing, it tends to happen. Sadly, you know, with the controls, it doesn't happen on the when you have you know, what do you call it, a wheel. But on this one, it sadly tend to happen, you know. Sadly, so go on. Oh, apparently that just changed from the sun has gone down. Apparently, Father will lead us with a few blessings and a little bit explanation about this resting place that you see here. It's a temporary one, but you can sit down if you like. This is my father, Father Abraham. This is his name. My father Abraham. This is his name. And my mother, Ima Tichava. This is my mother, Shoshi. And this is my father-in-law. And my mother-in-law is also here. Hannah? Okay. And my wife is there. And, and there is so many, all of us are family here. My brother is here, and my brothers from another mothers are here, and sisters. And you are here. We are all family. So I don't want to distract them. So we're going to read together verses from the book of Leviticus. If we can have the screen on the screen. Leviticus 23, verses 39 and 14. We can read together in English. Yeah, my upstairs neighbor is absolutely home. On the first day, you take branches from luxuriant trees, from palms, willows, and other leafy trees, and rejoice before the Lord your God for 7 days. The verses before explained to us a little bit more about Sukkot, the First of the Tabernacles. One of the things that we do today, of course, is to build the Sukkah. And you can see Sukkah. Exemplary Sukkot on the stage. At Sukkot.
palm branches are from Uzuy, and they've been lovingly put together. God commanded his people, our people, to dwell for 7 days in Sukkot, in these booths, which is a very temporary structure. There have been years when it's been raining in Sukkot, and the rain comes through the roof, and that's on purpose. The roof has to have at least gaps in it so you can see the stars. It's meant to be that temporary. And this is the joy of building a sukkah, remembering that God brought our people out of Egypt.
What happened there? Apparently, it just skips. I guess maybe if it was a live stream, I guess they may have skipped some minutes or something like that. It tends to just have gone away from his teaching and then boom into sound music. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, it works, and in regards to this game, so that's pretty cool, and it seems to actually be doing pretty good. It doesn't say I don't feel like it has slacked that much. It is not bad. Thinking about that, I'm recording the game, and it doesn't seem to have done that bad. In regards to um, it's actually done pretty good, I think. At least I've seen much worse in regards to things, and yeah. Well, we're not going to. You can see I have 11.38 gigabyte of RAM being used, so that's more than enough RAM still in the system to, you know. Um, yeah, I miss Israel. Seeing these, like they're in the thing. I thought I could actually awaken some of the Danish people, but it seems to be kind of a lost cause. Um, I just it's like people are not interested in the truth, and there seems to be, I guess, a worldwide issue overall. But you can still, like, if go places where you actually feel like you're much more at home. Like people like that goes to these festivals in Jerusalem. You clearly know it that if they're going to Jerusalem to keep these festivals, you kind of know that that they are kind of at least a lot closer to of the same views. Um, so it's nice to meet other people that actually want to keep those festivals. And it's shameful that I haven't been there every single year, because it is awesome to meet these people, that you know um, that have the same views, and you can talk to Jews, and yeah, it's amazing, a great experience. Also to make the Bible more alive as well. So okay, we're on easy. Maybe let's try to make it hard again, and let's try this one. See how that goes. Yeah, the mobile is 48 degrees at the moment. Again, I have pushed it to 452. It seems to be very hard to get it further up. I guess you could always, if you have an environment, you could probably, just heat. If you heat the environment up, of course, it's easier to, I guess, get the mobile up there. Um, so it might be possible, to get it somewhat higher. But yeah, and of course I can turn on the fan, and that will of course help it to it should actually make it go downward, from 48 to further down. Not sure what the stable. It seemed like to be around maybe 45, maybe less than 45 if you let it run. didn't really go so good. Let's try to turn on the fan here. Oh, no, I turned on the projector. That's not the. That's not the idea. Okay, let's see. Yeah, yeah. Let's turn that off. And there's a projector on the phone, so. Which of course the fan is kind of attached to the projector. That's kind of the first main thing. And sadly, in regards to fan level, it's these fan levels 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of the fan what it really can do. This one at least is like 50% of what the fan really can do, which is kind of weird that they wouldn't make it able to actually do more, but you know maybe they will do that in an update. Although whatever, it is absolutely helpful. So now we have turned it on, and it's absolutely blowing hot air out of the system. I'll take easy difficulty and try again here. And the mobile is pretty hot, 48 degrees. I can still hold it, but it's not so comfortable. Although, again, a hand warmer in the winter might not be so bad. um, it's extra feature for the winter. Hand warmer. Yeah, anyway. Oh, my. So yeah, as you can see, the game does pretty good. Again, lower resolution, 0.5x. So, but it's still watchable. Again, not the best graphics. You can boost it up to a little more as well, but you will have more lag for sure. And of course, I'm recording as well, so it's not helpful if. But yeah, 0.75 might get you into some issues. Oh, we got the first place. And then we're easy peasy mode, and yet we still were nearly we nearly didn't get it, and it was easy mode. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Again, easy peasy is not so easy peasy, or the easy mode is not so easy. Oh man, I should get some food, I guess. Oh yeah, we have the vacuum cleaner that doesn't work either. Everything just breaks, I guess. Well, I guess then there's less things to. Of course, then it could be nice to have the vacuum cleaner and actually being able to do some vacuum cleaning. Did I forget to use the weapons in the last couple of? No, I think I did. Anyway, so I put the weapons. Just I looked at some of the others in regards to where I had it like this and that, but this seems to be pretty good when you have it at the top, and you have the nitro at the place where the standard Android game has it as well, sort of at least. There we go. Now we can shoot a rocket. Well, okay, I guess we took the first place. Sorry, third. 1, 2, 3. Third. Can't speak so good anymore. Issues and all that. Need to get those glass pieces out of my feet, and hope that should help on all the other issues. But yeah, everything is going downhill. Yeah, that's nice in regards of Israel. I should have done furthermore about that. Yeah, well, so I need to get my websites looked into websites. Also had this other. Yeah, there's always things to do. I need to figure out how to transcribe all those, and then search on Christianity and Jesus in regards of this guy. I did get it sort of working on Windows, although it didn't fix a text file apparently. It opened a text file, but it didn't make it. I'm not sure what is going on with that. Should have installed it correctly. Or maybe the files were too big to make these text files. Maybe that was the problem. I could try a smaller MP3 file and all that I should try to do that actually. And then just run them and see how it goes on that computer, just to get a little learning in regards of how it works of these applications when they transcribe. Oh, we got some money as well at the end, it seems. like your pickups and all that. So 300 for the price and 300 for the pickup, and then continue from there. So next one here, easy peasy mode. 47 degrees, so we have gone 1 degree down. Should still continue to go down, but again, it takes a little time for it. It's not something that like goes very quickly and all that. It's oh, we didn't get those money, and we have one of my neighbors, seems like my upstairs neighbor, doing something again. This it's just wonderful to live next to 8 neighbors, right next to them. There's always someone making noise, pretty much. Usually it's my upstairs neighbor, he's the worst. Absolutely worst. So, yeah, it is what it is. Should have moved back to where I had the. I took the wrong possibility. I'm not sure why I did that. There's the stupidity of me because I knew that this was like a thing that I have always said no. That I don't want to live a place where I have in the middle of everything. That's just a total no go, and yet I ended up in exactly that position, and exactly as I thought. I totally hate it. For sure. Uh, Absolutely terrible. Worst place I've ever been at. So I guess I don't have much to lose if I just scramble away from this place. Because I don't like this place anyway. And I guess the people, I don't like the people anyway either. Um, like it's incredible to see how little people are interested in the truth. And how they're just. But I guess the whole world went along also with all this madness, which I guess I can't even say on YouTube because if I say it, I might be censored, right? Because YouTube just loves censoring people. It's incredible how much censorship we had, and we have it still. If you want to see how free you are and all that, just try to go into a browser and push rt.com and see if you can reach it. If you live in Europe, you might, and Israel, you might have an issue. If you live in the US, you might be able to still get access to it. But that's Russian, news in English. And of course, we, the people, are not allowed to decide what we are having access to, without needing to hack the planet and find circumventing things and all that. And it's tedious and it's disgusting. I'm sick and tired of all the censorship because YouTube censors, Facebook censors. I guess Twitter have had its issues as well, which is now apparently called something else. Um, and this new platform I just tried that took less than 24 hours before it pretty much was censored as well on that. So now everybody needs to push before they can see my messages because there's a warning on every single message I do and all that. And that seemed to stop the progress on that platform. That was Blue Sky. It's like, oh, so many people are coming over to Blue Sky and all that. Okay, let's go and try it out, right? Labeled less than 24 hours. As a, what was like, I can't remember, discriminating person or discriminating person labeled as, yeah, it's just terrible. Terrible to have an opinion. That just you can't have an opinion. That would just be terrible. You have to tell you that you are a discriminating person so anyone who want to see my messages either need to fix an options or need to click every single time they are going to see a message. So that didn't really do me any good in regards to this Blue Sky. There was another kind of platform that I might actually I did make 2 users, but I never really got to. I should have maybe have tried a little further in regards to that. I'm not sure if I have the logins for the two users, and if I don't, I will never get access to them, as I understand it. So, but there is some text files I had somewhere that had some of the passwords, but yeah, I wonder in regards to. Oh, that's probably in that system. Should be some text files, I guess, in that someplace. Oh well. Of course, I can't access Linux as well. Maybe ChatGPT can help me in regards of getting access to my Linux system again. I don't know. Just another. That's another issue. So yeah. So we have technical issues all over. That's a thing. But interesting with those speakers. In regards of sounding like they're burning. Oh well. Ugh. Mm, I think I will order some food and then we'll go to sleep afterwards. I think. Um, yeah. And I think I'll wash the morning. Tomorrow morning, I can wash the woolen thing that I sleep with at the moment. I also need to get some real sleeping gear and should really look into. There's so much. There's always things to do. There's so much, much, much. And I hear I'm sitting and playing games, right? There's like so many other things to do. And sometimes you need a break. Sometimes, and of course, you can listen to things in the background as well while playing. That's always like. I usually was listening to Tom Fresh. Oh, we could actually. Actually, that couldn't. Oh, we need some. 2 seconds. There's no light in the. There we go. The battery's dead in this one. Okay. Oh. Oh. I feel like I've done something today and I haven't. Well, okay, let's see here. See here if we can find Tom Fresh. Tom Fresh update original. I had this one and I was looking into. Oh, see here, replaced P. Oh, replaced. I don't really. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know who is making these dong, but it's terrible. If it's downstairs or upstairs, must be either one of them. It's like idiots, pretty much. It's always nice to live with idiots surrounding you or something. It's like the Phagistinians, in Israel. Um, it's kind of weird. We actually have 88, 89, 90, and then we have nothing, and then we have 81 or 91. That's a good question. What would? Okay, I guess it's just a rerun, maybe rerun, maybe rerun, maybe. Oh yeah, also in regards of yeah. Let's see here. We can. There we go. Do 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 do. But apparently, I don't know if people are. There's a lot of donk, this and that in this apart, this building complex and all that. And if you try to sleep and all that, and all of a sudden someone makes a huge bang, It's like, and then you wake up. So it's very seldom that I actually get a full sleep as well. So it's an absolutely terrible place, and I need to get away from it.
Good
Doesn't
morning, everybody. Welcome to another
doesn't
edition of
seem doesn't
Inquisition
seem to be
Update.
another
My name's
option, pretty
Tom
much.
Press, and I'll be your host for the next hour.
So
You're listening to FirstAmendmentRadio.com. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we'll resume where we left off yesterday in the book, The History of Romanism. The History of Romanism. That is the history of the Synagogue of Satan.
Amen.
The history of the Roman Catholic Church. This is by John Dowling. Highly recommend this book to read for yourself and to share with friends and family. To know who the Antichrist is and how history verifies what Paul preached to the first century church. He who now letteth, who was in control at that very time when Paul spoke, was no one but the Caesars of Rome.
Amen.
The pagan Roman Empire.
Amen.
The very pagan Roman Empire that put Christ to death. And when that power was taken out of the way,
Yep.
then the man of sin would be revealed. And
Yeah,
that
well,
is,
after
was,
the
and always
Dukes.
will be the papacy.
Yep.
We know who the Antichrist is.
Yep.
God's people, God's Bible-believing people have always known who the Antichrist is, even long before the Antichrist came to power.
Yep.
And history has proven, the prophecies regarding Antichrist have proven on every count.
Yep.
There's no reason whatsoever for anyone to be in doubt about who the Antichrist of Scripture, history, and prophecy is.
Nope.
And we, in our generation, are some of the very first generations that ever forgot.
It's incredible how we could. Like, incredible.
And why did we forget? Because we were denied this history. That's why we're reading this book.
Our families should have taught us,
object in reading this history.
It's incredible.
Is to restore the Protestant belief.
It's to restore the knowledge in regards to things.
The first century Christian belief.
In regards to
the
Bible.
infallible belief that Jesus is the Christ.
Yep.
And the papacy is
Antichrist.
Antichrist.
Amen. Amen.
And, this is a no-brainer.
Amen.
This history settles it for everyone who has an objective mind.
Yep.
And that's why we're reading this book.
Oh, yeah, what was that?
Now, yesterday we related, by the end of the broadcast, that
there was
there arose a controversy.
Oh, wait a minute. There was something in regards of sensibility, or what was that? That was so nicely pointed out. Sometimes you hear someone and it's like, oh yeah, that's a great way to, sometimes something but you can't express it in words and all that, and then all of a sudden you hear someone actually expressing it, the very thing in so good words. I can't remember. I heard someone yesterday in regards to something. Maybe my brain will begin to work at some point. There was something where he just explained something. I was like, oh, that's a great, a great way of saying it, Sometimes it's not always easy with words, and how to say things. And again, sometimes you just, you come around something where it's like, what is the truth, and this and that, but it's hard to express it. And then you just come around and you just hear it being totally expressed in the most finest, delicate way of saying it. And you're like, yeah, that is exactly, that's just wonderful in words. How it was just, expressed, so. Anyway, so yeah, it's we're still at it in regards of, but Tom Fresh, he's been reading lots of books and materials and all that, and of course you always eat the meat and spit out the bones, because there will be things here and there for sure. There's absolutely things I disagree with him about, but he has so much truth in regards of, he's absolutely spot on in regards to the Antichrist. It's like Martin Luther. He was spot on the Antichrist. Doesn't mean I agree with everything. Like, the Roman papist and all that. Oh yeah, you were just this and that with Martin Luther. Give me a break, but I know he was right on the Antichrist. He was spot on in regards to the Antichrist. So it's like just because you agree with someone doesn't mean you agree with everything. That they believe in. It's like, but people will say, "Oh, you just yeah," they just take everything. It's just incredible.
Between King Henry
Anyway.
Louis VII of France, and they were at loggerheads, and they were ready to go to war. But the Pope intervened as a mediator between these two countries. Remember, the papacy, according to canon law, is the king of kings.
Did we try that one?
Okay? France and England aren't going to be allowed to go to war without the Pope's blessing. And Alexander III, the Pope at that time, intends to mediate a peace between England and France. Okay? So they meet, all three of them meet at the castle of Touissy on the Loire in France. And the two kings, when the Pope approaches on his horse, they dismount from their horses, and they each take their station on either side of the head of the horse of the Pope, each one grabbing one of the reins of the horse, and on either side of the horse lead him into the castle. This was a public display of servitude that at this time in history had never been demonstrated. Okay? England and France, the kings of England and France, literally displayed themselves before the whole world as the servants of the Pope. And Roman Catholic writers are ecstatic in their relation about this particular event. It says one Popish writer said, this is Cardinal Baronius, expressed his ecstasies of delight when he said, quote, "A spectacle this," says he, "to God, to angels, and to men, and such as had never been before exhibited in the world." Okay, such a display of homage and reverence to a pope had never been displayed any time previously in history. Okay? So this was a public demonstration of how the kings of the earth are subservient to the papacy. They guide him into the castle on his horse, both of them carrying one of the reins of the horse. Now, on page 274, subsection 37, we'll continue. It says, the submissive homage of King Henry on this occasion did not prevent Pope Alexander from engaging in a warm dispute, we would call it a heated argument, with the king soon after, which was occasioned by the arrogance of Thomas A. Becket, Archbishop of Canterbury. Okay? At this time, Thomas A. Becket was the Archbishop of Canterbury. He was the most powerful primate of the Vatican in England at the time, and there was a continuing controversy between the king, Henry II, and Thomas A. Becket, the Pope's legate, or the Pope's man in Canterbury. And it says in the year 1163, the hostilities commenced between the sovereign, that is King Henry II, and the primate, that means Thomas A. Becket. Now, various instances of the most scandalous impunity of atrocious crimes perpetrated by the clergy, okay, crimes committed by the clergy. Can anybody name a crime that is committed by the Roman Catholic clergy today? I use this example all the time, but there are many, 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 many more. But the pedophile priest pandemic in the world. Every government in the world is responsible to bring those pedophile priests to justice.
Yep, that should
But they don't. Okay? We're talking about the same sorts of things now.
Yeah, we don't have jurisdiction, right? Blah, 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 blah.
The priests of the Roman Catholic Church, the clergy of the Roman Catholic Church, were guilty of heinous crimes. And the civil power, in this case Henry II, wanted to bring them to justice. Okay? They had broken the civil laws of the land. They were criminals. They were scandalous. in their atrocious crimes.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be an embarrassment to the king to suffer such lawlessness among the Roman Catholic priests. So out of the clamor of the people, the king was pressured, if nothing else, to bring these priests to court and try them for their crimes and imprison them or somehow punish them. Now, he says some of these crimes had reached the king's ears before he returned to England.
Oh, no. I'll
give him a break. Greatly incensed at them. In other words, the heinousness of these crimes had broached the channel and were talked about on the mainland in Europe. And the king heard about these while he was away on the mainland. It said some of these, the crimes of the priests, had reached the king's ears before he returned to England. And he was greatly incensed at them.
As you can see, it's gone down to 44 degrees. So it's with the fan turned on and all that, it is doing its job in regards of keeping the phone cool. I should really try to have where the phone is cooler than and then turn it on and see how far it actually goes up or how this and that and all that. But yeah. Okay, we're number 4 here. That's Tom Frass, the reading, and he has wonderful readings. I think he's the very, very best in regards of Protestant history. Although, again, I don't agree with everything that he says, but I've listened. He has hours and hours and hours and hours of goody information to normalize the truth in regards of, because again, we're grown up with so much bullshit, So it's, you just little by little, you gain more and more understanding of this depraved system. And yeah, it's the anti-Christian system. It's the masterpiece of the devil. It's the synagogue of Satan. It is, a rat nest, It's the triune tyrant that runs it. The unholy faker, his utmost smelliness, who is crowned as father of princes and kings in Latin. So he already said, he sets it up as the highest authority in both spiritual and political power, So, oh yeah, that didn't really go too well. It's not one of my favorite maps for sure. I kind of hate this map. Yeah, let's see some more.
You might imagine, while he was among his counterparts in Europe. All right, what kind of country are you running, Henry? You allow these priests to do these sorts of things? So Henry's under pressure. Now it says one abominable instance brought the king and Becket, the archbishop, into direct collision on this point. A clergyman, that is one of the Roman Catholic priests in Worcester, had debauched the daughter of a respected man. And for her sake, the priest had her father murdered. Okay? So he had raped a daughter of a very respectable man, and knowing that he would punish her, the priest had her father murdered to spare her the punishment from her father, okay, for bringing shame upon the family by being a concubine of one of the Roman Catholic priests. All right, it says a clergyman in Worcester had debauched the daughter of a respectable man, and for her sake, the Roman Catholic priest had the father murdered. It says the king commanded that he should be brought before his tribunal to answer for this horrible act. Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, resisted this and gave him, that is, the priest who debauched the daughter, who gave him into the custody of the bishop. As I said before, I'll say again, this is another example proving that the most powerful man in any location in this world is the local Roman Catholic bishop. Okay? So Thomas Becket, the archbishop, takes this accused priest and hands him over to the bishop for protection from the king. Becket resisted this and gave him into the custody of the bishop that he might not be delivered to the king's justice. Okay, now Roman Catholic canon law stipulates that the civil power is a lesser power than the papacy. That the civil powers, the governments, the kings of the earth, are the sons, while as the Catholic popes and the Catholic bishops and the Catholic priests are the fathers. Okay, that's why they call them father. That's why they're supposed to call them father. So that it is inherently, every time they open their mouth and call a priest or a bishop a father, they're acknowledging their superiority status over the civil power. That's why you'll see the current president of the United States offering his description of his priest advisors as father, okay, or your eminence. He's acknowledging his inferior rank.
Your Holiness, right? And
advisors.
eminence is one of there, and
So you see in front of your face, no one ever describes it to you in this context, but you see on the television every night when there's ever any interaction, public interaction between the President of the United States and these Roman Catholic priests and bishops and our cardinals and archbishops, he calls them either Father or Your Eminence.
Or Your Holiness. Well, I guess maybe that's specific for the Pope, you know, but
son.
Your Eminence, your,
the king,
you know, anyway.
Who had seen repeated instances of clergy permitting their offending
this is very annoying in regards to this.
Impunity, and as their crimes, instead of being repressed, became daily more flagrant, was the more intent upon accomplishing his important object. He's going to bring this debauching priest to justice. The priests aren't going to be allowed to get by with all these atrocious crimes. Now, you would think the President of the United States would round up all the pedophile priests at this time, put them on trial, and put them in jail. Okay? That's the like situation that we would see today if justice were carried out by the civil powers. But President...
I'll give me a break.
What's his face? Doesn't matter who he is. They all kiss the ring of the Pope. He won't round them up. He calls the priests who advise him Holy Father or Your Eminence. Okay? The President of the United States knows that it is a tragic risk to his own life, if not his office, to publicly denounce the pedophile priests in this country. And how does he know to keep his mouth shut about these things? He's got all of history to attest. Here we have the example of an English king, Henry II, who wants to bring these debauchee priests to justice. And here's the history that relates why the current President of the United States won't take a similar stand against the debauchee priests of our generation. He says Becket resisted this and gave him into the custody of the bishop that he might not be delivered to the king's justice. The king, who had seen repeated instances of the clergy permitting their offending brethren to escape with impunity, and as their crimes, instead of being repressed, became daily more flagrant, was the more intent upon accomplishing his important object. He justly imputed these atrocities to the exemption of the clergy from trial before the secular courts. Okay? This is a direct reference to Roman Catholic canon law, which forbids the civil power to bring into court any of the fathers of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, the civil power has no jurisdiction over the Pope's priests. As a matter of fact, the local law enforcement officers in your community, if they were ever to broach the threshold of a Roman Catholic church to apprehend a Roman Catholic pedophile priest, they would be found in contempt of the papal courts. All right? No civil power has any jurisdiction in a Roman Catholic church or any of its precincts. Every Roman Catholic church is an asylum for pedophile priests.
Insane
That's
asylum.
where they can go to get out jail free.
The
They can make it
rednecks of
to
demons.
the church or any of the precincts of the Pope. They are off limits. The police can't follow them in. And if one, not knowing this historical tradition, does follow a priest into the church, it's quietly suppressed. The information is quietly suppressed, and in private conversation between the bishop and the local chief of police, the local chief of police is chastised for allowing one of his law enforcement officers to follow a priest into the church. Okay, it's a false arrest. There's no jurisdiction, no grounds, and the bishop orders the chief of police to lay off. Okay? The local bishop is the boss of your local police chief. Whatever the bishop says, that's what the police chief does. The most powerful man in every locality is the Roman Catholic bishop. All right? Now, the king justly imputed these atrocious crimes to the exemption of the clergy from trial before the secular courts, while the ecclesiastical tribunals, that is, the Pope's courts, to whom they are tried, in which they are tried, to whom they are subject, had no power to inflict capital punishment or indeed any adequate punishment. So, the civil courts have no jurisdiction over this debauchee priest. And the ecclesiastical tribunals, the court system set up by the Pope, has no means to punish one of these priests. Okay? That's Roman Catholic canon law. So if you understand what I'm telling you, every Roman Catholic priest has a license to commit crime. Okay? There's no court that can bring them to justice.
So 44 degrees.
In the Roman Catholic canon law, it's equivalent in attempting to try a priest is the same as trying the Pope. They are his agents, they are his extension, his right arm, and if anyone, either a civil court or an ecclesiastical tribunal, renders a sentence of guilt and imprisonment of one of the Roman Catholic Church's priests, it's as if they had tried and convicted the Pope himself. All right? So they're lawless. The sons of lawlessness. That's what Roman Catholic priests are. There's no jurisdiction over them. They can commit their crimes with impunity. And that's what was taking place in England at this time, and that's what's taking place in the world at our time. Nobody has jurisdiction over the Roman Catholic priests but the popes themselves. And that's why this lawlessness continues. And that's why the civil powers have no jurisdiction. Not even the world court has jurisdiction over the chief pedophile at the time when charges were brought. Pope Benedict XVI, the world court refused to try him and said, we don't have any jurisdiction over him. Okay, that's why they made him Pope, so that no one could court.
Let's take that again.
And that's why this lawlessness continues. And that's why the civil powers have no jurisdiction. Not even the world court has jurisdiction over the chief pedophile at the time when charges were brought. Pope Benedict XVI, the World Court refused to try him and said, we don't have any jurisdiction over him. Okay, that's why they made him Pope, so that no one could bring him to justice. All right? He justly or rightly imputed these atrocities to the exemption of the Roman Catholic clergy from trial before the secular courts, while the ecclesiastical tribunals, the church courts to whom they were subject, had no power to inflict capital punishment or indeed any adequate punishment. Okay? So the crimes continue. And you can mark it down in any time in history when the Roman Catholic Church excelled in power, it also excelled in criminality.
Yeah, lawlessness, criminality.
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's a fact of history. Been repeated over and over and over. And you can judge the power of the Roman Catholic Church by the extent of its criminality. Whenever it becomes the more powerful in the world, it becomes the more sinful and criminal. And at what time in history have there been a global protest against the pedophile priests of Rome? You must conclude on that basis that the papacy is more powerful than it's ever been in its history. That civil courts nor ecclesiastical courts, nor the cry and hue of all the nations of the world can bring these priests to justice. That's the extent to which Rome's power excels today in our generation. He says, with a view to redress this crying evil, King Henry summoned a great council at Westminster, which he opened with an excellent speech in which he complained of the mischiefs occasioned by the thefts, the robberies, and even murders committed by the clergy, who were suffered to go unpunished. And he concluded with requiring that, quote, he concluded with requiring that the archbishop and the other bishops would consent that when a clergyman was degraded for any crime, he should be immediately delivered up to the civil power, that he might be punished for the crime according to the laws of the land. Okay? That's a key clause. According to the laws of the land. Not the laws of Roman Catholic canon law. The laws of the land. So, you can tell, at least from this, that the king is not going to regard Roman Catholic canon law. He's going to apply civil law to the Roman Catholic priests. In other words, he's going to reduce them from their high status as the creator of their creators, the fathers, reduce them to the same status as a street sweeper in England. You think the Pope's going to put up with that? No. It says Becket at first, that is Thomas A. Becket, Archbishop of Canterbury, the one who was protecting this priest. Becket at first refused to comply with this reasonable demand. But in the following year, he solemnly swore to obey the constitutions of Clarendon, by which all clergymen guilty of criminal offenses were rendered amenable to the civil law. Okay, we've set the stage. Becket at first refused to turn over this priest, and then swears to abide by the constitutions of Clarendon, whereby he must surrender this priest to the civil power. But it's not over. We'll be back right after this.
Hear it first on FirstAmendmentRadio.com and at firstamendmentradio.net. The program you are listening to is 100% sponsored by you, the listener, on this First Amendment Rights Media channel. You will notice that there are few commercials on this radio network. There's a good reason for that. Corporate advertising dollars come with strings that limit program content. So without your help, these programs cannot continue on internet or our several affiliates. If you benefit by the educational law programs, we ask you to give. If you are admonished or nurtured by the Bible and ministry programs, we ask you to give. If some voice a cause that you are passionate about, we ask you to give. If you believe in any of these, we ask you to support them as you would a missionary on a continual basis, as if giving a tithe for missionary radio. These programs are not commercially viable and must be supported by those faithful to the cause of truth. Look for the button to sponsor your favorite programs
I hate
that are listen
advertising.
and schedule pages on the internet.
It would be nice if I could just remove them by some AI
give you unlimited
thing,
archive access to all of our programs. We're asking you to give much less than a tithe, so that you may also send support directly to a particular program host, cause, and anywhere else the Spirit may lead you. Do all to the glory of our God and Creator, for His holy nation, the only kingdom that will last forever. Thank you for listening. Gold and silver is tremendously undervalued. Global demand vastly exceeds mine supply by more than 60% annually. There is little in the financial world more certain than a coming explosion in the prices of gold and silver. The U.S. dollar continues to lose value and respect as the world's reserve currency. Our nation faces challenges on many fronts, and a day doesn't pass without another economist bringing forth warnings of impending economic calamity. There has never been a better time than right now to acquire physical gold and silver. Discount Gold and Silver Trading was founded on the principles of truth and honesty. We believe in providing a quality product, quality service, and most importantly, competitive pricing. We provide all forms of precious metals, including American gold, silver, platinum, and rare investment and circulated coins. Silver bars, rounds, and 90% silver bags are on hand for the silver investor. Gold, self-directed IRAs are available. Call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 1-800-375-4188. Toll free, that's 1-800-375-4188.
Welcome back from the break. You're listening to the second half hour of Inquisition Update on First Amendment Radio. And if you'd like to support this program and keep it on the air, please support First Amendment Radio. And I would like to inform my listeners at this point that I'm getting messages that my email is being hacked again. It's being interfered with. I'm not receiving some of the email that's intended for me. I don't know what's happening to it. I don't know how to fix it. But I'm going to give my snail mail address for those who wish to contact me. My snail mail address is P.O. Box 304, Jefferson, Iowa. Jefferson, Iowa, 50129. I don't know how I'm going to get this resolved, but I'm going to keep working on it until I figure it out. But I'm sorry for this complication. It's much easier to email. It's less work. But the times they are changing. And speech such as is uttered here on Inquisition Update is not looked upon with the same light that it is received by my listeners. The government and personal enemies of Inquisition Update intend to interfere and intend eventually to persecute. And so I don't know how much longer I've got, but I'm going to continue doing what I do here on Inquisition Update on First Amendment Radio until I'm finally silenced. So if you wish to contact me, try your best by email. If you can't get through, at least write a snail mail, Inquisition Update or Tom Fress at 304, P.O. Box 304, Jefferson, Iowa, 50129. Now, what I wish most from my listeners is thoughtful, heartfelt prayer. prayers of a righteous man availeth much. And God's people are always under persecution. Anyone who dares to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, is persecuted by all sides. Okay? The only friends of Inquisition Update are those who are washed in the shed blood of Jesus Christ and who are living a godly life and who oppose the beast and the false prophet. Okay? They are for Christ. They are against Antichrist. And everyone else eventually is exposed as an enemy. That means almost everyone. So Inquisition Update, Tom Friess has very few friends. And that's just the way it is. Okay? That's the lot for a godly man, to have very, very few friends. All right. Now back to the truth. Thomas A. Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, at first refused to hand over this debauchee priest and this murderous priest. Remember, he debauched a virgin, and then he killed her father so that he wouldn't punish her. The rumors of this murderous act reached the ears of the king on the mainland of Europe while he was out of the country. And so King Henry II returned to England and demanded that that priest be turned over to the civil power to be tried, convicted, and imprisoned. But Thomas A. Becket, the Archbishop of the Pope in Canterbury, gathered up this priest and put him in the hands of his bishop, isolating him from the civil power. See, the civil power has no jurisdiction to cross the threshold of any Roman Catholic Church, and especially not that of the bishop, the most powerful man in any jurisdiction. So the bishop became an asylum for this convict. And Thomas A. Becket refuses to hand him over. The Pope's men are going to protect this diabolical priest. And the king is at loggerheads with them. He demands this criminal be released into the custody of the state to be tried. Now, Becket refuses at first, but then changes his mind and agrees to obey the constitutions of Clarendon. Now, I've not looked up and researched the constitutions of Clarendon, but on its face it appears that the constitutions of Clarendon were an act of the civil law, the king, demanding jurisdiction over the priesthood. This is a direct violation of Roman Catholic canon law. The Pope would regard the constitutions of Clarendon as the laws of man, and Roman Catholic canon law is the law of God. Roman Catholic canon law demands that the priest be subject only to the Pope. The constitutions of Clarendon demand that these priests be subject to the civil power, the laws of the land, where anyone who debauches a virgin and then kills her father is guilty of rape and murder, and to be justly tried, convicted, and punished under the laws of the land. Becket refuses and then eventually obeys the Constitution of Clarendon and has this priest arrested, or at least opens the opportunity for this priest to be arrested. All right, now he's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's caught between the Pope and the King. How does this saga end? It says, as it was with manifest reluctance that Becket had sworn to obey those hated constitutions. Why were they hated? Because they were contrary to Roman Catholic canon law. That's why they hated them. They rendered the constitutions of Clarendon, rendered the Roman Catholic canon law null and void in England. if the Constitution of Clarendon made the priests of the Roman Catholic Church subject to the civil power, then the Constitutions of Clarendon made Roman Catholic canon law of no effect, and essentially tips the Pope off of his throne. It's a power struggle. It's a power struggle that had raged for over 1,000 years in every country.
Well, I think I've played enough and all that, and closing for bed, I guess. I think I'll order some food, and then I'll pretty much hit the sack, as is said. But anyway, yeah, it works, and as you can see, I have like two Uzuis, and one I've fixed pretty much for this game, so I can have like the game controls and all that. It's not perfect, but it's workable. Instead of just having this easy PC game on Android, which is just ridiculous easy, absolutely ridiculous easy PC. It's very sad because mini motor racing is, on Android is, the game mechanics are good, pretty great, and the graphic is good and all that, but overall the game is just way too easy. And you can, this is, I guess, the car that you can get when you get to the last bit of things and all that. But yeah, let's just take one of the last thing here, right? Like this, and see how hard it is, see how extremely hard it is. So this is the standard Android version, and um, so extremely disappointing, the game mechanics, I just need to kind of, get into it again. But here, the game mechanics are absolutely wonderful. Um, Although I'm a little, having played the other, but yeah, the game mechanics are absolutely wonderful. But as you can see, even on the last lap, it doesn't matter which championship I pretty much take. It's ridiculous on any level, absolutely ridiculous. There's pretty much no resistance at all, and this is, there's no way to change the difficulty or anything like that, and it's pretty much like this throughout the whole game, pretty much. Um, Even with that other card that doesn't seem to do good in regards of the new that one I just overtook is the normal card that I usually would use. But yeah, again, as you can see, very, very, very easy peasy. It's very, you don't need to, it's just, you don't even need to, like, it's holiday mode, vacation mode, it's, it's just blah 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 bum 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 bum. See if we can overtake them by a whole round. It's just it is very, very. I guess we can enjoy the environment, to look at the environment while uh, there's a train down there. Because yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous. There we go with the train again. Apparently, it goes back and forward. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. But it doesn't seem like it like if you hit the wall like this, look at that. It doesn't stop you totally. It takes a little. It takes some things to actually make you totally stop. So it seems to be also nice on that level. Um, so it doesn't totally break you down in regards to speed. So it takes a little more to break you down in regards to things. Whereas the other one seems to they have been takes a little more toll when you hit the things. So yeah, there we go. Yippee yippee yay! 14 laps. That's the only thing they really changed in regards to these things. Just more and more laps, but not making it harder in any way, pretty much. And you can see there's also more money and all that. So although I don't recall in regards to if the upgrades are costing more or less or whatever. But yeah, but sad thing to not further actually all this potential, just wasted. Um, Pretty sad. Got some kind of secret things. No idea what that is. Maybe it's some multiplayer things. Anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much it, and we ended on, I guess, 42 degrees now. So it's going down. We have it on conservative. That's the best governor that I know of. That I tried all of them. So, and then you want Termot, and then you're pretty much to go. Anyway, may Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth